after. What have you got here, mate?
I've got things to play with.
Oh my goodness. Jump in and let's have a crack.
Why is that on the Panadol? Why
It
is my microphone on the Panadol box?
That's just how we're doing it today.
Is it?
Would you like me to clip it into your shirt?
No, I quite like it like this. And I like you've got pliers.
Yeah, because I can do this.
Yeah.
I heard that's how it goes.
Is it?
It powers this beast
No,
that you've got. So what have you got here? This was a project that you were going to be doing with Brett, but you're going to be teaching me today.
No, that's just not possible. There's only so much we can do with you.
All right, let's go over.
I'll take that off though. This is my Masami Edition Gova Buggy.
I'll bring it this way.
And you're going, what's a Masami? And we all know it's like 15 times world champion. And this is a limited edition car that G-Force Electronics, you can see the G-Force there, did. I'm not quite sure why they did, but they did anyway. So I got one of them, and I'm going to run it this weekend at the Keilor Invitational meeting. Yeah. Now, normally I'd run Yokomo, but the Yokomo buggies are too good for me.
Are they?
Yeah.
So you have to go to G-Force?
No. Oh, this is an old buggy design, rear motor instead of the mid motor. So it just reacts a bit slower and it's a bit nicer and everything. So
a bit more manageable.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm running the Yokomo, people expect me to go well, and that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So what we've got here, I took this car to Keilor last week, driven by one of our team drivers, Craig Bowring, multinational champion. Yep. Because the car I built for him was broken.
Oh, okay.
So
did he break it, or did you build it breaking it?
No, there was an electronics issue. So I was working on that. So I said, all right, you take my car out, and just because he hadn't cut any laps on the track. Yeah. Because the track's just been redone a month or so ago. So it's an all new layout and it's all wonderful and everything. So he just needed to cut some laps. So he went out with this and he did quite well. I was quite surprised. He quite liked it. Yeah. I was surprised because when I've got it back here and I've put all the setup station stuff on here, all the settings are just so far out.
They're out of whack.
They're not in the ballpark, because when I built this, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to all that stuff. I thought, I'll fix that up later.
Later, yeah.
And as usual, I didn't.
Yeah, and later is now.
Later is now.
Yeah.
Later is now. So I've put it on. Now, this is an Auromax off-road setup station. So it's a brand that we carry, although we don't have any of these at the moment. Yeah. And what it's going to do is tell me the relative positions for the camber and the toe in and toe out and stuff, things that you need to get right. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn this around and hopefully, I don't know whether, I don't think anyone's going to be able to pick it up.
Oh, how off it is?
Yeah, how off it is. Now,
I can see that's leaning.
Yeah, but that's the wing. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
What you need to look at here is this upright here represents the angle of negative camber. So that's the degree that the top of the tire leans in relative to the bottom. Yeah. Now, what you don't want it flat. Yeah. You don't want it 0 degrees. You normally run it as a base point around about 1 degree negative camber. Okay.
That way it flattens out when it's
that way when the car's rolling over, going around a corner, that will tend to flatten the tire out so that it's 1 degree is where I usually start. Yeah. Now, even from the view the people have got here, you can see that and that is nowhere near. This one is at about
completely out.
It's about 8 degrees, and this one's about 6.
Oh wow! Okay, so, really needs to be brought back in.
So by using this, all I need is my little trusty turnbuckle wrench. In this case, it's a 4 mil. Yep. And I should have my glasses on here because I can't see which way the threads are. But what I'm going to do here is go in, and I'm going to, using the turnbuckle, I'm just going to alter this and bring it to where I want. Okay. Now, There's a 50% chance you'll get it the wrong way, because if you can look at it,
That sounds about right. 50% chance.
Yeah, if you look,
For you, it's 80% chance you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah, because if you can see which way the thread go, it's easy. Normally, I'd set it up so that they were all threaded exactly the same. So once I found out one was right, I knew I could turn the others exactly the same way.
Yeah.
But I built this car in a hurry. I was going to say, well, I was drunk, but I don't drink. I don't drink.
You might as well have been. You acted like it.
I may have had a couple too many Big M's. A chocolate Big M will get me every time.
Yeah.
Now, I just went a little bit more. That's.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay, that's too far.
Yeah. Back the other way.
It's always me. Always just go that little bit too far. That one's not too bad. Now, I'll do this side. This is the side.
That's at like 10.
Yeah.
Or like 9.
It's just so far out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm amazed the car went round as well as it did.
It's not the car, it's the driver, is that right?
Well,
in that case, it must have been.
Well, Craig is a multinational champion.
Yeah.
So he made my car look good.
Has anyone made an electric version of this for when you are so far out?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Probably not.
Wouldn't be easy to do. I mean, this is something that generally you would do when you build the car, and you usually
just do it off the bat.
And you usually don't.
Oh, that came in quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You usually rarely have to touch it again.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of just keep turning it around,
until it all lines up.
And you can get really fine adjustment on this, so that's about right.
Yeah.
What I can, if we put that up at the top, we might.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Might be able to see it now. That's better.
So that's what sits flat on the ground.
Flat on the ground, and that's how it works. So rest assured now, that's sitting at 1 degree of negative camber.
That's at 0.
Yeah, you also need to push it up and down a few times. Either way, that's pretty close.
Yeah, you've really pulled it in.
So, and it's just a couple of minutes to do that. Now we do the same on the front. And
what's the front specs?
I'm going to do the same.
1.
I'm just going to have it at 1.
Yeah.
The front isn't anywhere near as far out.
No, they're actually kind of okay.
That one's good.
Yeah.
And let's do this one.
Is it just the one? Because the servo arms you don't need to do.
Link, sometimes it will screw that up as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That's pretty good.
All right. That's pretty good. So we've got that pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yep.
All right. So we've set the camber.
Yep.
That's good. Now.
What's that?
Something else. That's like a wacky one to hit.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I set this up here. That goes on there. Now we need to go the overhead, I think, on that one.
Yeah, we're going over here.
Oh, look at that. Hang on, I'll just move it to there. This line, center line here, indicates how many degrees of toe out or toe in we've got.
Yeah.
And you can set that depending on what the characteristic you want the car to have. Now, as it happens, I checked this one before and it was pretty much bang on. But now that I've changed the camber, it's a little bit out.
Yeah.
Now, once again, I tend to set my cars with about 1 degree of toe out.
Yeah. So we can see.
That's because the mechanical push on the wheels as it's going along tends to push the fronts in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I set it 1 degree out, and that seems to do the job.
Yeah. You should have a battery in there.
Yeah, I know. I left a battery at home, didn't I? That's why I keep pushing it down. So setting it with 1 degree out gives it a little bit more turn, and it makes it very consistent. Now, if I have a look at this, I'll just see.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to leave that one.
You're going to leave that one? That's fine. This one was 1 or something degrees out.
Yeah. This one needs just a little bit.
So this is the one where you use the servo,
The steering
arm, the steering
link.
link.
The steering link. That's the wrong way.
Yeah. 80% chance you're going to get it wrong.
That's all right. I can live with that.
Did it need to be this way more? Not like that?
It does now.
Yeah.
That needs a little bit more.
And do these plates change depending on what scale you're running?
Yeah, because the 1/8 scale one is going to be much bigger.
Yeah. So there's different
this
ones.
This stuff can stay the same.
Yep.
Although a little bit taller, but this needs, because the 1/8 scale car is quite a bit. All right. That's not too bad.
Pretty good.
What you think is going to be a long-winded thing is not.
No, that didn't take too long at all.
It didn't take too long at all. Now, that's not perfect. And as Tony P pointed out, I should have had the battery in there, but I forgot. But that's okay. It's going to be close enough. And I'll do final adjustments at the track tomorrow.
Yeah.
When I run the thing, I'll just take it out like it is now and see what it's like.
Right before you go on.
Given that it's me driving, it probably won't make any difference.
Won't matter too
It's
much.
probably not going to matter.
You should race this thing there.
Yeah.
That's more your style.
Yeah.
That's more your speed.
It's the setup stations are not cheap.
Mm.
But the Auromax one is
very good.
Very good quality.
Yeah.
It costs a bit of money, but you can keep using this for years. This one's at least 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I can continually use it and get it to do the job, and it'll do probably a few more cars on the weekend as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
fantastic.
I've got it on my table. So that's just one little thing that you've got just to help you set up your car to give it the best possible chance of performing as well as possible.
Yeah.
And it'll be much better if I'm not driving the car.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
I'll do my other car tomorrow when we're at the track, and Craig will be driving the other car. So we'll run this through and we'll see what it's like.
Fantastic.
So,
well, best of luck.
Yeah, I don't need
You don't care.
No, I'm just there to talk crap, Rainey.
That's it. That's a bit of a social
That's
event.
all I'm there for.
Nice.
There you go. So
there you go.
Now you've learned that you can now forget that because you don't have a setup station and you'll never need one.
I'm just going to run it till it dies.
Yeah.
That's right. Just destroy it.
So BT going to...
He's already been on.
You already been on?
Mm.
Yeah, he didn't want to talk to me.
No. He just showed us all the RC stuff without you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good like that.
Yeah, he is.
He rang me and said, I'm going to go on without you.
He let you know in advance.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't like him anymore.